So I've been seeing lately a couple different people have had dreams from the Lord, and over the past few weeks, and some of these things have been really encouraging, really sobering to me. And I had a dream myself a couple of days ago that I want to share. So in this dream, the Lord was having a barbecue, and the church was the meat. It was this big brisket. He had prepared it, laid it on a smoker. There was a smoker in the dream, and we, the church, were the brisket. We were the meat. And in this dream, I was standing on the brisket, and it was like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids or something. It was ginormous. So I was on I was standing on it as if I was a tiny little thing, and it was like the size of the earth. And so, if you know anything about smoking or cooking meat, the juices from within the meat and the fat and stuff are rendered, and they come up out of the meat, and some stay in the meat and make the meat juicy, but some come up out of it and fall off onto the side. And so I'm standing there on the brisket, and I see way above me are shooting up big things of fat, big things of liquid, and they're just way high in the sky, like 30, 50, 100 feet up. And every time the big droplet or whatever of fat just went way up into the air, it toppled over and ran off the side. I just saw it running off the side. It was being removed. And every time I saw one of these things go way up into the air from where I was standing, I heard a phrase. And the first phrase I heard when I first saw the first one tumble was, "His judgment is going to cost everyone." And then that's the next one. It topped over, and I heard, "Nobody is 100% right." And the next one toppled over, and I heard, "The smoke will hit us all." And when you smoke meat, when you prepare meat, the smoke is a big part of what cooks it. It's the heat, and also the smoke is what gives the meat flavor. It's why people smoke meat. And in the dream, I knew that God had prepared us, His church, and had laid us down on the smoker, and it was a good thing. It was a good thing. He was making us ready to enjoy for Himself. He was making us ready, and it was time. As the meat is on there longer and longer, it doesn't start dripping until later in the process. Every time I saw one of these things exalt themselves, what it was these things were popping up out of the meat, and it seemed to me in my mind or in my heart, wherever, that these drippings were exalting themselves. And every time they exalted themselves, they were gone. They were removed. And I heard these phrases, and every time that happened, "The smoke will hit us all." Another one came up, "Nobody can exalt themselves." And another one came up, it says, and I heard, "No theology will be exalted. The smoke will humble all. The smoke will make us tender or will burn us depending on our response." And I just feel like when I woke up, the Lord was just highlighting to me, what is your response going to be to the testing? What is your response to the smoke? If we are in our hearts, if we are tender, the smoke will further prepare us, bring us into maturity, bring us into loving Jesus. Or if we act out in pride, we're going to be consumed by it. And another one, the juice went up, and I heard as it toppled, I heard the phrase, "Nobody can say I told you so. Nobody can say I told you so." And then as things were calming down, and it was going to be the end, I heard this: "The love of many will grow cold, but that doesn't mean the love of most." That doesn't mean the love of most. There is hope. There's hope for the church. And I woke up, and just this was in my heart. And it was, I don't know, I didn't hear this. Wasn't part of the dream, but this is what I woke up with in my spirit, that He will correct the church, and He will make her ready. And He's going to touch hearts, and it's all about the response. It's all about the response. In my heart, I just knew it's all about the response. The way that we respond to what's happening is going to be the definition of what we go, of where we go in the Lord. Are we going to fall away? Are we going to be consumed? Are we going to exalt ourselves and be removed? Or are we going to humble ourselves? And it's just, I just heard it clear as day. The smoke will hit us all. The smoke will hit us all. Nobody can say, I told you so. Nobody can say, I told you so. I heard these phrases over and over every time the juice came up out of the brisket, and it was so high in the air, it always toppled over. And I heard these same things over and over. I'm going to say them one more time. Everyone will be humbled. Judgment is going to cost us all. Nobody is 100% right. The smoke will hit us all. Nobody can say, I told you so. The smoke will humble us all. And I feel like there are a lot of even ministries that think that they have everything figured out, and their pride is going to really hurt people. And there are ministries that are on track but don't have it all, and the way that they respond will bring them closer to the Lord. And I'm speaking to us as the body of Christ, shepherds in the body of Christ. We have to humble ourselves. Micah 6:8. It's the only way. It's the only way.